See if I see it. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I know what I was doing when I was supposed to be recording the record button. I kept pointing at you guys for something. All right, how's everybody out there tonight? This is another No Control Zone playoff roundtable coming your way, and I'm really excited about tonight because, for starters, it is the final week of the season coming up, which is really exciting as it's coming down to a barn burner final finish, and I'm pretty excited. Got two people here to talk to about it tonight. One is a returnee, but first we're going to say hello to our initial member on the podcast here for the first time, Keith Salter of the Macaulay Mustangs. Welcome to the podcast, Keith.
Thanks, Terry. Glad to be here.
Excellent. And returning for a second time round, we have Nick. How you doing, Nick?
Good. How are you doing, Terry?
Excellent. Have you guys been enjoying the playoffs so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
lot of good games.
Yeah.
There's
every game is meaningful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In every division.
It is.
So you've got people paying attention, right?
Yeah. We'll go through the whole thing about it, but you're right. There's just only a couple things that can happen now. It's crazy. There's so much movement can go everywhere. So Keith, since this is your first time to the podcast, and then let the other owners get to know a little bit about you. So why don't you let them know just all about you?
I'm 57 years old, born and raised in Victoria. I like slow pitch, curling, and I did a little bit of racing at Western Speedway. And other than that, I have a job in the cabinet industry, the same as what Nick does. And it's Monday to Friday, and we just take every day one day at a time.
That's all you can do, especially in this freaking pandemic.
I've been in fantasy sports pools for 15, 20 years, so
yeah,
I'm well versed. And the CBS site is by far and away the best one that I've ever used.
Yeah, and our
news to you guys.
And you and me go back to the Sega 95 days. all night games till like noon the next day, tournaments.
Terry finally gets a lead on me. He's got me up 2 goals, 30 seconds left while I come down the wing, deke him, shoot top shelf score right off the face off, come back down, same move, score again.
It was ridiculous. There was this one game I was beating him. I scored. There was 4.5 seconds left in the game. This is Sega 95, right? And I know his move. He goes straight up the corner, around the corner there, passes it out to the guy in front, poof, in. I know he's going to do that. I know it. So I'm going to defend it, but I can't. 4.5 seconds left. He ties it up. Something like 6 seconds into overtime, he wins it. I like that. I hate this game. However, don't forget the great equalizer, it had pissed.
Paul Tracy Ray.
No, it was NHL 97. The old could score from your own blue line 5-hole.
Oh, that was 96.
Was that? No, it was 97.
Was it 97?
Oh, I believe, because I started beating you. I remember. And you would get so pissed off. It was almost undefensible. 5-hole.
It was almost like reliving Cloutier again, right?
So what have you been up to, Nick? A lot of trouble?
No? Yeah, 21-year-old stuff.
Yeah, right. Man, I tell you, I feel bad for you. I think like what I was doing when I was 21, this stupid freaking pandemic, man. Kind of ruined a lot of people's good times, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Memories that we had, Keith, that
yeah.
Doesn't matter so much for us now, but
we can't go and do it. Yeah. What we could do years ago and how we went about things, and you can't do it today, right? So
no, you can't. So
keep your bubble small too. It just sucks.
I know, it's crazy. All right, so we might as well go in and break down that first week into the Bremen Cup Finals, and it looks like the Wolfpack have jumped out to a 5-2 lead. Keith.
The one big thing that I noticed the most is that the low point totals for the week, 36 and 31 from those two teams. These are teams that are usually scoring 40 points plus. And goaltending stats from the Wolfpack, I mean, that's kind of an incredible .962. And, so he's got a good lead and a little bit behind in penalty minutes. And still got to play that game too.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And it seems like this is going to be the week that everything's packed into. And we had talked about it earlier before. And this is, I guess, for Dan Bristow. This is our third take, Dan, for me not pressing the record button. So mind you, we caught them very early, but holy moly. So yeah, I was saying before the last podcast, it certainly helps when your team has a goaltender that goes 248 minutes without giving up a goal.
Yeah.
And
that's an impressive run.
That is. I
Brian
mean,
Boucher, like.
Well, Nick, you were in that run, or no? Yes. Didn't you play the Wolfpack last?
Yeah.
No, I played Dean last round.
Oh, okay. But yeah. So anyway, 248 minutes from your goaltender in the fantasy playoffs. Well, how lucky is that? But the one thing you guys did point out, Nick, like you see, all those categories are all pretty tight.
Yeah. I think the only two that are really, I think Dean's pretty much got Pims on lock, more or less. And then Bo's, it's going to be hard for Dean to come back and save percentage unless he gets a couple big shutouts or something and Bo's goalies just shit the bed. But yeah.
Vasilevsky's out now, too, guys.
Right.
Yeah,
he came up on the injury report today, so that could have some bearing too there.
Certainly could, but maybe on the positive side, maybe if it's just minor, they might want him in for one tune-up before the playoffs and that. And sometimes one tune-up with Vasilevsky is a shutout. So you know, basically as a guy's a freaking wall. But yeah, that's kind of the way I see it too. There's a lot of possibilities here, especially like the assists, only 3 goals, 2 even points at 5 and whatnot. And the goaltending points, but
goalie points that's pretty close, eh? That's anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so that goes to game 3. That one's still up for grabs for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no question. And goals and assists, really. You know, so everything's still up for grabs. This series is not over.
No, I 100% agree. Nick, who would you think was going to go all the way in this one? Who do you think will pull it out?
I want Dean to win because he's the one that knocked me off. But if Vasilevsky's out, I think I got to go with Bo. If Vasilevsky's out for any meaningful period of time, it's just going to be hard for Dean to come back.
Well, I think I still think that Bo's going to outpoint him like in the assist, goals, and points. So that's what's going to make it hard.
I don't know about that. You know, I think Bo's got maybe the better top 3 guys, but you go top 12, then I think the Rangers kind of gets him there.
Yeah.
You know, like
who gets hot, right?
Yeah, that's, you know, anything's possible, right?
Yeah.
And I like the Rangers defense, by the way. You know, they score lots of goals.
I'll tell you,
he made some good trades to collect a defense that strong, because when he started the season, he had shit.
I'll tell you how crazy fantasy playoffs are. Josh Bailey got 3 points the other game. That's how crazy fantasy hockey is, because he sucks. But yeah, you never know when you're going to run into like 248 minutes with not giving up a goal, some guy just catching on fire. Like we'll get into it later, but Yanni Gretzky saved my bacon a little bit, I guess. So
yeah, of course.
Well, how's Yanni? You know, he's a goal scoring machine. If he doesn't go in the top 4 next year, I don't know. Or is he even? Oh yeah, he is available because I have him. He's got 1 year. I may pick him again. Guy's a stud.
Even a fucking blind squirrel catches a nut every now and then, you know.
That is true. So I'm kind of leaning towards the same way as Nick, though. I'm kind of thinking the Wolfpack will pull this out. And the last time we did this,
fucking don't count out that wily prick over there on fucking Triangle Mountain.
I know. He's got the rep. He's got the rep.
Yeah.
And he's so close he can taste it. You can just
you know what? Again, you know, like the fucking guy wins in every kind of pool. Football, baseball. You know, I don't know if he's in basketball, but it wouldn't shock me. But you know, like I've been in fantasy sports with Dean for years, and there's no fucking way in any sport that he's behind in any money.
No. So basically, the pandemic hasn't affected Dean's life one.
No, none. No,
he's covered. He's busy, man. He's busy. He's got shit to do, things to look up.
Oh, he gives me advice in the baseball one. He got me into the baseball side too, and he gives me advice there, and it's all on a CBS, so it makes it so easy because the same stats that you're looking for in hockey would be the
Yeah.
same,
Right.
right?
But
But anyway,
I feel sorry for whichever one of us lands Panarin because that means Dean will be at our ears for five fucking years.
That guy
Oh,
is
thinking of
having
trading
the
Panarin?
craziest last 20 games.
Yeah, he's like that though. He gets streaky like that. He does it
It's
often.
just ridiculous. Every time I check the site and like the Rangers are playing, it's like, oh, Panarin 4 points. Oh, Panarin hat trick. Like, what is going on?
Last 2 games against the Islanders, he got 0 points and not even a shot. So when teams come a hitting, he doesn't like to play. And if he's playing somebody that's fast wheeling that, the points are going to go up for sure. But you got
that's the advantage of COVID hockey, because you've been able to see them play the same teams constantly, right?
Way too many times.
But you figure it out. You can see what systems they're playing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's not going to be a lot of goals here.
Yeah. Like Pittsburgh and Boston are playing what I call like an overspeed system right now, where they just attack you. 2 guys and they're relentless, and they take 30-second shifts and they're off. And then the next guys and they just burn out in 20 to 30 seconds, but you don't have a second to move. And that's the system they both have. And I would say the Islanders and Boston are kind of similar because they're kind of a heavy grinding teams, except Boston has one really good line that really helps them out. And of course, Rask. Yeah. So anyway, did I throw my hat into the Wolfpack's ring?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I did. And so Keith, you?
Oh, I'm not going to even try to pick it because I honestly believe that both are worthy of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to go with the Rangers simply because I just think that 1 through 12 and 1 through 6 and 1 through 2, I think he should have the edge.
Yeah, he should.
I think it's going to go to game 3 and it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised for either one winning.
It's so tight that I decided to go with the few little up things that I got, which is a 1-0 win. And even if he squeaks out a second game win, it can be ugly. It's series over, right? So it doesn't even get to a game 3. So got the advantage of Bo having the win. So that would be my reasoning behind it. So all right, but that's good. You can't go wrong with either pick.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah,
for sure. All right, so let's get into the 3rd place money game here, and we got another tight going on with Jagr and Calgary Oilers. Oilers are winning 5-2. Nick, tell us what happened.
I don't know. All the top 4 teams, all our guys just went quiet for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh yeah.
Well, you're looking good though in save percentage and penalty minutes, and the other good thing for you is that all the other categories are really, really tight.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried. I think I can still pull it out.
Oh, cockiness.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. Look at it.
Yeah.
And
those extra games at the end of the season could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes.
He's lost all those games with the Canuck guys, right?
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Will kill us plus minus, but at least they'll get him some points.
Yeah. What has happened with your plus minus lately, Nick? Like,
I don't know. It was good like all season.
Brutal.
Yeah, the past like couple weeks.
It's like you're giving a goal away every game.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's crazy. And the funny part about it is Blake's plus minus is never good either. So.
Oh yeah.
So there's good possibility that you could catch up there. Like we said,
who knows?
we were talking about earlier, right, guys, about how condensed this last week is in games. Like almost every single team's playing 4 games this week.
Yeah, I think the Canucks have 4 in 6 games or something.
I think the Islanders have 5 in the last 8, so they would have started tonight. So yeah, it's going to be super condensed, and it could go anyway because they're all going to be tired. And
yeah, I agree.
Could happen. Like you saw, Pittsburgh got blown out tonight. The Islanders losing to Buffalo. Maybe that's a little bit of clinching a playoff spot. I don't know, but they're tired. It's been a tough season for all of them.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Keith?
Well, it's still pretty close. Again, I think I still look at the point numbers because 35 and 33. I mean, these are teams that should be in the 40 range, possibly hitting the 50s. So bad weeks by both of them.
Did the
Obviously,
schedule did the schedule
obviously with
seem
the two
light
big
last
sorry?
week? Did the
No,
schedule
I don't
seem
think
light
so.
last week?
No, because Dan still, like, we'll get to it, but Dan still had a monster week, and
Yeah, because
I think,
I thought I had them coming fast and furious most of the week myself. So it's just weird
yeah,
that all four teams can drop like that. Sorry to cut you off, Keith. Continue.
That's okay. So but then I look at Nick's numbers there for PIMS and save percentage, and obviously the PIMS, he got another 16 from Tom Wilson tonight. So now
What
since
the
he's just got to concentrate on scoring goals and having
What
guys
is-
set him up. I
what is
mean,
with that moron?
his goalies are good enough.
What is with that moron?
I don't
Like,
know. That's why I traded for
what
him.
is he mental? Like, I
why I
swear
traded
to
for him.
God, like he come. This is gonna be 20. He's gonna get 20 games for this.
Really?
Oh
he
yeah,
might.
100%. He just got 7 and said he was a new man, and then does that. Come on, yeah. He's
Well,
looking
if he
at
gets 20 now it doesn't really matter, right? But you still
Well, that means
the
he won't
advantage
be-
with him.
He
is
won't
he
be playing
scores.
in the playoffs until let's see, they've got 4 games left. So if he got 20, he's gonna miss the first 16 playoff games.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, hurt your team.
that's at least 4
Big
rounds,
time.
basically 3
Big
rounds.
time. Well, probably 3 rounds to take care of business and that, but who knows? It may be 1 round because you're not there. Like, man, that guy, I tell you, he needs a shake in the head, like that cross check when he's on the ice. Like, come on, dude. Like, I shouldn't say that because I've done stuff like that, but still, he's a professional. I wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, so Nick, you gonna make the comeback?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, so you're picking
I'll stay
yourself.
confident.
I'm going to, wow, it's crazy because Blake's goaltending really hasn't been that good lately, but all of a sudden Vanacek went on fire for him. But he won tonight, but he did get 3 goals scored against him. I like your goaltending better than Blake's, so I'm sticking with you, Nick. I'm going with moves like Jagr to win that 3rd place cash. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, I'm going with it too. I think that there's just too much scoring there. And the fact that he's already got 2 stats already covered, I'm pretty sure that he can find 2 more in the other 5 categories.
Yeah, I would think so for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, so I guess next we're going to go to the 9th pick, the most exciting 9th pick that we've ever had.
Yeah, it's a barn burner.
It is a barn burner. Like you said, team going for 9th place had 54 points last week. So, yeah, that's a pretty impressive run for going for 4th place, that's for sure. All right, so let's take a look how the Bears and the Lakers did. It looks like the Bears completely dominated this game with a 5-1 win. Keith.
Well, that 54 points, where was that 3 weeks ago?
That's fantasy hockey.
Yeah, then Renee only coming up with 25 points. That's not Laker-like, right?
That's true.
He's count on Renee being around that 40-point mark usually. He drafts really well and doesn't make a lot of trades, but the fact that he drafts well allows him to stay competitive, and he's always in that 40 range. So he too, like the top 4 teams, had off weeks, and I think it pretty much does him.
Yeah.
So I think that's the Bears have got that one.
Yeah, they're looking pretty strong there for sure. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I don't know what else there's to really say. Renee's gonna need some crazy. Yeah, he's got to win week 2, obviously, and he'll need some crazy week 2 to even make it close for week 3, I think.
27 points is too much.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he has all the Canucks and all the Bruins and all the players that are going to be playing the Canucks and the Bruins on his team.
Well,
I guess it's
you're
possible.
probably you're going to see some big blowouts, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. But
well, one thing I'm going to say, the Canucks will come to play still to a point because they're having to bring up some young kids.
Yeah.
And those guys are saying, hey, we're ready. Like if they want to prove that they're ready to play in the NHL, now's the time.
Yeah. But could there be a more fitting end to our COVID season? what's coming up right now. So
But you know
basically, I'll put
You
in
know
the
what?
schedule.
There's still hockey, right?
That's
You-
true.
You know,
That's true.
how bad will it be having to watch Connor McDavid every fucking second night,
Yeah.
right? You know, like it's not that bad.
I watch him every second night anyway.
Okay. Just
I
'cause
love
your team
watching
doesn't
that
make
guy,
it.
man. I love watching that. Like I said, I watched three, four games a night. You'd never know it by my fantasy teams, but yeah, I watch a lot of hockey. So
Well-
yeah, I don't know. What did you? Okay, so Nick, what are we talking about? Oh, the Lakers. We're talking about the Lakers here. That's
Bears Lakers, yeah.
the Bears Lakers. So Nick, have you chimed in on this?
Yeah, I think Dan's got it wrapped up more or less.
Oh yeah, you did chime in on it. I remember it now. Sorry, I'm on a little bit of medication here. This kind of got me a little bit loopy here. I'm trying to do my best here, but let's see. It was me who we forgot about. Yeah, Dan totally, absolutely 100% dominated Renee. And I think the biggest telling sign is the save percentage for Renee. Like Hellebuck even got pulled in a game. He doesn't get pulled from games. He just steals game after game after game. So I have no doubt that Renee can turn around the save percentage and get at least two.
I think that Jack's leaky defense is finally being exposed.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, that defense is a little overrated, but they've got they're a good scoring team,
Yeah.
but they're weak on the defensive side. Strong
So-
goalie.
There is, but in my opinion, there's still an out here. Like he could get the save percentage and the goaltending, and he could possibly get the penalty minutes at 7. That's not much, and they're tied in plus minus right now. That's 4. So that's his.
I guess there's a
that's his
chance, but
only out. That's it. It has to be
Yeah.
exactly that
Yeah.
for him to win because he's so far behind in all the other categories for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a big ask, but
Yeah, but
the Lakers, Tom
never-
Brady.
to the Never Dies fan, they think of shit like that. Oh,
actually, you know what? The funny thing is that even if it's the 9th pick, Renee's still picking in the top 10. He doesn't usually get that high.
I know. I'm
Right?
as a matter of fact, I'm going to go back and take a look, and this may be his highest pick ever this year at 10.
Other than the inaugural season.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know
that
where he
year.
picked. I don't know where he picked in that inaugural season.
Yeah, the very.
I think
first-
he was back there though. I really do. I can't remember. I still can't believe I took Henrik Lundqvist. Oh my God, how drunk was I? A Ranger of all people. And then I was going to take Shesterkin. You never learn, TK. You never learn.
Terrible.
I tell you. All right, so let's talk about the boys going for the 11th pick. And Al, the co-commish, actually called his partner out, and he told me he was going to take him down. And Al finally had a game.
Yeah, I think that was Al's curse, is that he called out Dono, and then once I stole first in the division from Al, he couldn't face Dono, so his team just knew he had to suck. He cursed himself.
Yeah, he wanted that game so bad. Fantasy Hockey said, you know what? We can make that happen for you.
And God spoke for him.
I can't remember last time Al was over 40 points. As a matter of fact, he's better than the top 4 right now, isn't he? Or except for, well, both
Oh,
of them.
that fucking
Yeah.
point. Yeah, he got 40 points too, right? Yeah.
The Capitals
good
and
week.
the Bears could have done well in the finals this week. Yep, for sure. All right. So what do we think Al's going to keep it up?
Oh, absolutely. This game's done. I'm a little pissy. You know, I kind of expected the Brewers to kind of show up here and improve his draft picks a little bit, but nonetheless, you know what? When you really look at it and you see these teams that are playing for these picks and stuff, any one of those teams could have still won this too,
Absolutely.
right?
absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's been a fun season. I mean, it's obviously the interactiveness of the pool and stuff. It's pretty strong. A lot of movement, a lot of trades.
Yes.
You know, which is really good. Shows you that people are aware and they're just happy to be in a pool, right? You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. And we all love JP.
well.
Yeah, it was, like, you bought
I think
him three.
I think the year that I actually wanted is because he didn't change his lineup. If he changed his lineup, he wins it.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Same with me. That's what has happened in the first game with me. He would have wanted it if he had his lineup he should have had in, but oh well, c'est la vie. Thanks, JP. much appreciated. So I'm gonna have to throw my hat in the ring for Mr. Gull there. I'm gonna think he takes the 11th pick as well.
Yeah.
We're all agreed on that one. All right, so let's get to this. Should be interesting too. I'm gonna much things can happen in the consolation round right now. It's just kind of crazy, but yeah, there's so many things that can happen. It's unreal. Like I think there's only 2 positions that can't go as high and whatnot. So anyway, let's take a look at that. So this week, and normally I've been going to the 5th round pick, but we're going to take a look at the first overall first, because the reason being, the Bruins, by beating the Mustangs 5-2 this week, have clinched first overall pick. Good for the Bruins. Congratulations, Ryan. As he said, he's already got his pick in, and then I came up and said we have a trade to announce. With Ryan, you never know. Right? you just never know. And the Quebec City Outlaws and the Islanders played to a 3-3 draw, and I got seriously lucky in this game because I should have won this game easily, but I didn't. And it came down to the last Sunday. I had 2 players, Richard Panik and Yanni Gretzky, against JP's 0 players. And you had to know Yanni Gretzky would come through, and he did with his assist to pull off 2 categories for me to get the tie. So thanks, Yanni Gretzky. So let's take a look at what's happening up in those standings. And so you got the Bears, they've solidified it. You got the Islanders at 5 now, the Mustangs at 4, and the Outlaws at 2. Now, Keith, you're not secured 3rd yet, because if the Outlaws win and you lose, they get 3rd place.
He's not winning.
Well, you're playing them, right? So
that's what I said. He's not winning.
And all you got to do is tie him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you look at it that way, and then you take a look another way, and you look up, and the Islanders are playing the Bruins, and if the Bruins beat the Islanders and you win, then you're going up to number 2.
Oh, that's the possibility, and that's what I'm hoping for. But
Terry.
the standings are incorrect.
Yeah,
I know he's only got 2 losses on there. It should be 3. That's my only mistake. I changed it already, even in the other one, but yeah.
But that's kind of the hope. I mean,
a tie.
Arcade did a pretty good job the way that he did the.
It was outstanding,
and he paid a lot of money to do it.
Yep.
And there's no rules in the league that says you can't do that. And I personally think that that's a great tactic, because he's going to end up with Draisaitl at minimum.
Yeah.
And as you said, and the next trade to announce is, because that he very well could trade that, because
never know
what he's going to get back is going to be immense.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I give up Draisaitl.
No, I don't think I'd give up Draisaitl either. But the Islanders only need a tie to clinch the 2nd overall pick, but they are guaranteed at least 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
JP can't catch the Islanders. So that's where that stands. Bruins are number 1. Islanders could be 2nd or 3rd. Mustangs could be 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. And the Outlaws could either be 3rd or 4th. Yeah. That's pretty good for a final week going into like that. That's some seriously good games going on there. All right, so let's take a look at the 5th to 8th draft picks, and this gets really interesting. Once we finish talking about these games, I'll say why it gets really interesting. But the Flying Colors won once again 5-1 over Pitter Patter, and the Flames of Fleury came up with a 5-2 win over Sealand. What do you think of that, Nick?
That one's a crazy one to try and, at the start of the playoffs, the 5 through 8, it could have gone really any way. If you told any of those teams got the 5th pick, sure, okay, I'll believe you.
Well, after week 2, everybody was 1-1, right?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy too. Yeah, I have no idea. I guess there's still a bit of movement that can happen. But
well, when we talk about movement, Flying Colors have actually clinched 5th spot. They
don't have that.
Okay. Yeah, the Flames of Fleury, even if they tie them in points, they lose on the tiebreaker. And
okay.
And Sealand can still get 2nd place because of the tiebreaker. And Pitter Patter can still get third place if Sealand stays in third. So they'll be able to jump up. So there's full movement there in both, except for the top two guys.
Yeah. That's good.
But now let's take a look at this. This is the impact that this week kind of had on everything. Wait till you see this. All right, got a draft board there. Look who just slotted into 5th and 6th spots.
Wow.
Because Flying Colors and the Flames go in there. So right now, Ryan Kelly has 1st pick, 5th pick, and 6th pick with these kind of players.
And those are all studs.
They're studs.
It's Draisaitl, John Carlos,
and
Sergachev, something.
With that many draft picks, and if he moved the number 1 pick and even still keeping the other ones, he would be pretty much in a contender status.
Oh, I think he can contend next year with this. He's also got the 14th and then the 17th.
Yeah.
Pick as well. Now the key is he's
got to move. He's gonna have to move some of those early picks. Simply because of contract on years.
He doesn't have the cap.
Yeah.
Not even close. So he set himself up badly there.
Well, so move the 1st pick, which is Draisaitl, and he can get 4 guys possibly with 5-6 years on them and be really good players. Somebody that wants to tank might overpay him.
Yeah. Those are 3 5-year contracts right there. And
you can't give them to them.
And he's only going to have 21 years.
Yeah, I don't know if he has any good prospects he's going to want to sign either.
That's right.
If he was tanking, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got 1 or 2 good ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His contract years is going to be his killer.
Yeah.
Now he's got to be creative, but the amount of trades RK made this year, he's not afraid.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
You know, so when he feels what he's getting is right, he'll do it.
Yeah, hit me up.
And Keith, your picks kind of backtracked.
Yeah.
So that was hard for you. So that's another thing, man. Ryan made just the right trades with the right teams. That's one of the big tricks when you think is the. Do you really want to trade your
that you think are just going to miss the playoffs?
Yeah, or something like that. Give that guy your 1st round pick and says the guy who's loaded. Why would you give him? But we've seen anybody can win in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Well, you know what? Remember at the I think one of the last trades was both teams in the finals having a big trade.
Yeah.
Dean picking up Kopitar Panarin, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they made 2 trades together, I think.
Yeah.
Gerard and Sergachev went to Dean from
that's right too. Yeah, Dean, the old wheeler dealer. Doing her out.
It's always tough, and you got to remember too is that next year's draft, all these kids coming out of junior, we didn't get a chance to see them there.
No.
So when you go to the draft next year, I don't know if anybody's going to really have the balls to start thinking the first 5 picks, are they going to be in your NHL lineup next year?
Yeah.
So where do you take them? I think this year is probably going to be one of those years that no, you got to go after the bona fide guys.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about that. I'm not
the guys picking at the back of the 1st round.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, if they say, okay, if I'm going to be rebuilding, I'm taking the young kids now, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody that would be picking at the back has any of our picks though.
Well, that's true.
Right. Yeah. You have them all and stuff like that, so you could do that. And we got 4 teams with 11 picks in the 1st round.
Yeah,
it's probably something like that.
That's good for the league, though, Terry.
Oh yeah,
because that tells me that
it'll turn it around.
People were actually trying to make trades, and you're given the opportunity to say, well, you know what, I don't think that I have enough to beat the guys right away. So if I decide that I want to roll back a little bit, you can do it. It's cool, And plus, the other side of the coin is that it shares the money around too, right?
Yeah, that's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to have a new winner this year for sure. And JP got a little cash last year for the 4 people. He hadn't had money in a while either, so he picked up some last year. I can't remember who the 4 was. It Renee, JP, Driscoll, and who?
And me, yeah.
And you?
I was playing Renee.
Yeah.
I was gonna fucking knock him off too.
I know what I forgot to mention in my games against JP were those goddamn and in the first day of the first game I played him, he got a 17-minute penalty. The second day of this game that I played last week, he got a 17-minute penalty. I'm like, yeah, fucking kidding me.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the penalty minutes in the league, I don't think there's 100 penalty minute guy.
No.
You know, fuck, we grew up in an era where
Oh
we had
yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
bullies and shit. You know, like the
there
Boston
is.
Bruins, like the guys were having 300-minute penalty
Oh yeah.
minute seasons. No,
Yeah.
you can't even get a fucking guy with 100.
Like I can't remember how many full games Tiger Williams missed. Like if you added up the minutes together, how many games he actually sat in the penalty box, but it was a huge number of games, right? Full games.
Well, it was like 3,000 minutes or something, isn't
I
it?
know.
Still a 30-goal scorer too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He did get 30 goals. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys been digging into any plans for your teams? You got some formulas going on here?
Bomb fucking tanking.
There's one plan. Did somebody else call you out on tanking? Was that Ryan Kelly or no, Dan Baristo?
Oh, yeah.
He goes, you're gonna have some competition. This should be wild to watch next year again. I gotta tell you, for me, it was entertaining. I had something to play for. I thought for sure I was coming out of that top four. And I just kept beating it down. And then the second we get in the playoffs, they do what I wanted them to do. By not making the playoffs, they all of a sudden sucked.
Yeah.
Great. And of course, Forsberg came back and I way too late. But oh well, it's been a good season. So
he's back now. He could help beat him.
Yeah, he could be the one to do it. So.
I think he had a couple of points the last time I checked before we started this.
Hey, yeah, why don't we do that? I had that going as well. So let's check into it right now and see what's going on. Okay, I think these were the last these guys. These are this week's. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we got the Pack and the Rangers going at it, and it looks like 4-3 for the Pack right now. And look at the 13 points and 11 points already.
Oh,
see?
Yeah.
Now we're fine. And look at the goaltending again. Wow.
Varlamov.
You got him in
Oh
yeah, I know I said he got blown up, but he didn't get blown up. He only gave up 3 goals. So he's not getting any points. Who's the 844? Oh wow.
He got 2.
He don't get 2. He got the win. Minnesota beating Vegas. Jeez.
Yeah.
Minnesota's good.
No, they're contenders.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at yours, Nick. Oh, you jumped out big in the pins.
Wilson.
That's a nice one. Do you what do you need? You're way ahead in the Pims, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look at that. Points 15 by the Oilers already.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. But that being said, Nick has those Canuck guys at the end of the season, you know.
The goaltending. Oh, 885, but that's 2 points. Oh, quick. 800. Mind you could still get 2 points.
You could still get 2 points.
And he should raise that average before the games. Oh my God, Hudobin though.
Yeah,
Nick
he got lit
Ouch. But he got you a point.
Now you know that Orange is gonna get the next start now too, right? Even though you got the win.
Probably.
Yeah. You leaked in 5, fucker.
No, he didn't get the one. He got 5.
Oh my, and Dan is still hotter than a pistol than the season going with his 16 points. Yeah.
On Monday.
Dono's holy Christ. Look at these guys. Oh, 7-14. That's not gonna play well. Oh, 7-2. They beat. Oh, jeez. They beat Pittsburgh 7-2. That's shit kicking. So the point. Oh, it's close. So everything's close. And really, all Al needs is a goaltender to step between the pipes to get that save percentage category.
Yeah.
What do we got? Oh, Keith, you are kicking some butt. You are putting the pressure
the score
on me,
says
dude.
one thing, but the stats say another. You know, everything's
close.
still so close.
Hey, JP, where's your 17 minutes and penalties, dude? What, none tonight?
You need that this week.
None tonight with everybody playing? Everybody playing no point. Oh my God. I hate fantasy hockey.
Well, I should be getting at least 10 minutes every game. Vertonen's out. You know, like sexual misconduct is still a misconduct.
It is.
Right?
It is.
I should be getting 10 minutes every game.
I think 20. Give him a full period for that.
Sit him for a full period. Yeah, fuck it.
Set him for a full period. It would be nice, you know, if we I've thought about this a couple times. Like if you brought something like that in, like if you get a guy suspended, give you 5 penalty minutes every night, every game till he returns.
Yeah, well, you know what? That you know, something to keep in the hat for
everybody dying to
whatever,
get
right?
Marchand and Wilson. I'll give you 3 firsts, 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Sealand is looking like they want to hold on to their 3rd overall pick or 7th overall pick, pardon me.
That one's close to
Yeah,
though.
that's close to.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that 13 penalty minutes. So
Yeah. And this one really doesn't matter to Ryan Kelly who wins. He doesn't really care. Whoa, 17 points.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Who went off for?
Who went
and
off?
12 penalty.
Oh,
12 penalty
Bartov.
minutes too.
Everybody chipped in.
Brown. Oh, wow. 2 assists.
Oh, Petrie.
Delzato. When does Delzato?
Disaster. Jesus Christ. When was the last time he had a 2-assist game?
Look at this.
Is that the
Petrie.
first of his career?
No, he's actually had a.
No, I know.
No.
Yeah. And then he's got. Oh, wow. Robin Leonard lost it. 8-13. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
And
you
I
got to
guess-
know they're going to go with Fleury this year.
Yeah. Last but not least, I guess it's me. It looks, yeah, it still looks pretty tight. Who the
No, it's
hell is
close,
my
but-
goaltender?
Yeah, but you know what? You guys only got 5 and 6 points. That's not going to be like that in the end.
I lost to Ottawa with Brossois. Come on.
Ottawa's they're feisty.
I know.
They're a
Guys
lot.
playing jobs.
Yeah,
Playing for
they're a
jobs.
lot better than people gave them credit for at the start of the season.
But look at RK. He gets a win out of Toronto with Allen, who he stood as a vulture waiting to get from me. And then Merzlikins also gets a point with an 95 average. That just sucks. Why don't you have Samsonov in there, man? Samsonov and
He's injured.
Auditor. Oof, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that guy's going to be a stud. I was kind of surprised that when I went looking, I was like, you know, is he a future draft pick type thing? And I'm like, fuck, RK's got him. You know, like, fuck, that's a good pick.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick to have for sure.
Already, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Ryan's just done a masterful job of what he did this year. It was amazing, really. I can see how he did it. I mean, a lot of that blueprint in there is me and you, Keith, but he showed me a couple of other things, the possibility of ways of doing this, and it's registered, noted.
Yeah. Well,
It's noted.
the thought's
Yeah.
there. The thought's
Yeah.
there, right? You know, and
Absolutely.
you got to kind of like it because guess what? That's 70s hockey, was it not?
That's
Did
for
fucking
sure.
teams not fucking tank
Yep.
deliberately to
Absolutely.
get specific picks? Absolutely, they
Well, you know, and I know that it's always been our belief that if you're going to fork out $100, you can do whatever the fuck you want with your team.
did.
And
As long as you follow what the basic rules.
in the basic rules as well. But like, you know, if you want to tank for 2 years, that's $200 out of your pocket. How can
Yep.
anybody complain about somebody doing that?
Exactly.
Well, he beat that guy and he didn't beat me.
Who
So
cares?
yeah, I know. Like,
Fantasy.
Fuck, man, you're controlling your own destiny.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
whatever the choice that you make, right?
And it's like the old Moneybag Rangers, right? Hey, if you got 200 to throw around that you don't need, or even what RK did with his transaction fees this year, like, you know, it's not like he's not donating to you guys.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's donating to the
You
winners.
tell me at the end of the season that when the first and second place money gets divvied up and these guys are going to be walking away, like, hey, that's fair. You know what?
Yeah,
Every pool needs people that are willing to take chances and do things, right? You know.
this year is actually going to be not that bad because the transaction fees are up all over the place. Even though we're only putting in $50 each, there's still going to be some pretty good payouts. There's some serious cash coming in. Like Bo's he's in the triple digits too as well for transaction fees. So we've got a bunch of people up there.
Blake will be
so,
up there too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I did more than I normally do in that, so I'm donating
there.
more this year. Yeah, so it should actually be a pretty good payout.
Yeah.
So I guess that's about all we got for the podcast tonight. But how about some final thoughts, Nick? You got any thoughts on the way it's going to end or anything we talked about?
I
Lay
don't
it
know.
on us.
We're not recording.
We're recording. Don't do that to me, man. I would have flipped. Yeah, that would have been my 100% breaking point right there. I would have snapped.
Right. Go to bed.
So any other final comments on that one?
I don't know. It's a pretty sweet season. It'll be interesting to see how everything wraps up. Fuck the Rangers. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I know. I agree. What about you, Keith?
Well, yeah, same thing. I mean, it's, as a Canucks fan, obviously it's kind of sour, but be optimistic and hope they get a good draft pick coming out of this. And it will help them because they are a team of youth. So onwards and upwards for them. As far as the rest of the playoffs, it'll be good.
Unfortunately, they can't win the lottery though because that's reserved for the Rangers. So.
Oh, okay.
So
hope
for second round
turn
pick
out
or
so
something.
far? Actually, pretty good.
He's looking pretty good. He's looking
turning out pretty good.
A lot better than Shesterkin, I'll say that.
Well, I don't know. You talking about a crate over there?
Oh, if I get Panarin, maybe I'll offer you Panarin for Shesterkin. Shesterkin. I don't think I'm getting Panarin, so.
Bullshit. You're going Carlson.
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, Steve. His defense would be so stellar. He's got goaltending. He's got everything.
Look at the mind games being played.
You got to sign a couple of prospects too.
I do.
You only have to go and look at what teams' needs and wants are, and you can start formulating specific trades somewhere along the line.
Agreed.
Well, I'll trade with you right now. You want Crosby, Besser, and Troy Krug? Give me Lafreniere.
Ooh. Whoa.
Ooh, being tossed out there. Let's see what
Did you
kind
just
of
say
team.
Crosby, Besser, and
Krug?
Ooh,
there's some action talk once the season gets going next year, eh?
That's I like that already. Sounding good. and we get rid of a Ranger off my team. It's sacrilege for me to take a freaking Ranger. I got cursed for it for taking Lundqvist. That's why I've never done anything good in this hockey pool. I'm being punished.
Get rid of him.
Picking a freaking rag, 4th overall.
Well, he's gone now, though, isn't he?
Well, he just had heart surgery, but he'd be back.
No. You don't have him on your fantasy team.
No. I'm talking very first year.
Yeah,
I had him. I don't. Yeah, somebody had him, and I think they dropped him. Can't remember.
Ryan Kelly at one point.
Yes, that's right. Ryan goes through about 8 goaltenders a year.
He goes through about 8 of every position.
Yeah.
Too funny. All right, Keith, any final thoughts from you?
No, it's good to follow along all year. I mean, we're kind of lucky considering with COVID and everything. We actually did get a full season in with nothing but extra games at the end of the season. And hey, you know what? We're now going to get some playoff hockey when we're kind of being told to stay home.
That's true.
Fuck it. It'll be pretty good. I'd rather be out doing something in the summertime, but summertime. But you know what? Hockey it is.
Yep, for sure. I just I loved last summer with the hockey and that. So like I'm afraid what I'll do once the hockey stops. That's my big problem after that. But hopefully we'll be able to go out a little bit more by.
The nice thing is we don't have a very long layoff.
True.
The last year it was like, especially fantasy, it was like the season ended halfway through.
Yeah.
And then like there was the however many month layoff, and then they hit the playoffs, and then they didn't even really know if they were going to do this season. So for fantasy, like I don't even know how long, like 11 months of no fantasy or something, maybe.
Yeah. So it was great to be able to get the season in. I mean, sure, it's had its hiccups and that. And right now we got the site plugged in until May 16th, and I don't even know if the season's going to be over by May 16th. I think it's going to be But if there's just like one game after May 16th or whatever, I'll just take the totals and then just do
Hand out 'em,
whatever
yeah.
we got to do that. So yeah, I think it's been a great season. I'm looking forward to watching the finals. It's going to be exciting between as 4-3 right now, right?
Yeah.
So yep, it's been a good year, I believe. So since we've all kind of had our final say here, I can't think of anything else I want to say. I want you guys to take care and peace out.
Ciao.
Oh,